Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors, your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. Glad you're here this morning. Got a great show lined up. We're going to bring a lot of good news and a lot of good information on the outdoors here in the Panhandle. It started with our weather brought to us by Haney Technical Center. Now remember, today is the last day to register for fall classes. They have some financial assistance available. You can call them at 767-5500. Run there and check it out and see what all is going on. So today's the last day to register, and they'll be open at like 5 o'clock today. High today will be 89, low 79. We still got that 10 degrees wind and a lot of variance in our high and lows. Water temperature remains at 85. The river readings, take a look at our river readings. Again, the Apalachicola remains at a 0.6 as it has for about all summer. And the Choctawhatchee is finally going down. The Choctawhatchee is going down to a 7.5, and it is dropping out, but it's leveling off today. And for the weekend now, we're looking at a pretty level around 7 foot for most of the weekend. All right, our tide chart, do we have it up there, Jeff? Okay. Our tide chart now, we still had some good tides yesterday and should have some more good tides coming in today. Today's the 16th, and we're looking at the high tide this morning at 10:12 and a low tide tonight at 8:18. A good strong tide and some good strong tides for the next couple of days. Next week will be some neat tides. Okay. Now, every once a week we like to call our good buddy down and Cape San Blas, Captain Blair Morgan, and Blair told the audience last week about the loss of your mom, and we sent our condolences, and she was just such a sweet lady. And welcome back to the show.
Good morning, Winston. How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good.
All right. Tell us what's going on.
Well, it's been raining just about every day, and we've had terrible lightning storms. We had I think 2 days of the sun shining, and we're right back to the same old raining pattern again. But there's been a little bit of fishing going on, not a whole lot. My neighbor, he's been going down to the St. Joe Marina fishing off the wall, and he said the least amount of flounder he's caught is 3. He's catching them every time he goes. He's just fishing right there off the wall using bull hunters.
Okay.
And but the bay out here, it's just really dirty. I mean, it looks kind of like coffee. All this fresh water running in it, just got it really dark. There's people still scalloping, but they're really hard to see right now.
Yeah.
Because of the clarity of the water.
Well, have you heard anything on the redfish and speckled trout? Anybody been able to do much?
A friend of mine, he had a trip in the Apalachicola Bay one day last week, and before the storms got him, he said they was in the redfish and trout big time. They got a big school of redfish, and but they got caught in the storm and had to spend a couple hours over at Little St. Vincent over there at the government dock trying to get out of the weather.
Yeah.
And another friend of mine just, let's see, day before yesterday, he got into the triple tail again. They showed back up over there in the bay.
Oh, good.
So, you just have to dodge the storms and be careful and go fishing.
Well, that sounds good, Blair. Thank you, bud. That's a good report.
All right.
All right. We'll see you.
Okay, have a good one.
All right, you too. Captain Blair Morgan right on Cape San Blas. Pretty good news on the triple tail and on those redfish right there and the flounders. So that's a pretty good report considering the weather and all we've been having. All right, we'll take our break. Be back with our special guest.
Harold Milling Company, rough and tough dog food. Harold Milling Company builds it. They build hog feed. They build dairy feed. They make chicken feed. They have specialty feeds for rabbits. If you got a worm farm, grandmother used to have a worm farm. Look at the Harold Milling Company. You want to go down and get you, the dog's not running anymore. That's all over with. You want to get that 16% and drop down from the 26% protein. You don't want over to get fat. Harold Milling Company, you can buy it almost any feed store in the Panama City area.
Come join the Panhandle Outdoors team. Beat the rush and stock up on our team shirts and hats in a wide variety of colors and sizes. For your convenience, we offer a Panhandle Outdoors shop at panhandleoutdoors.net. Simply visit our website and click shop.
You can also check out our selection at Sunjammers Water Sports on Panama City Beach. Come join the Panhandle Outdoors team.
When you need to get the job done, You want the powerhouse of engineering, reliability, and value that is Kubota. And right now, during our 40-year strong celebration, get 0 down and 0% APR for up to 60 months on new Kubota subcompact tractors, compact tractors, or zero-turn mowers. Join the Kubota movement, 40 years strong, serving the American dream.
See and save on all Kubota tractors and equipment at Soil Tractor today.
We are so lucky to live in North Florida. We have some of the best fresh and saltwater fishing in the world. My biggest problem is not catching fish, but trying to decide what kind of fish I want to catch. No matter what I'm after, I always stop at Sunjammers Water Sports first. They have just what I need: rods and reels, line, tackle, and most important, live bait. Yes, sir, we sure are lucky.
Welcome back, folks, and welcome Lieutenant Stan Kirkland.
Oh, good to see you. Good to see you, Winston.
We could have just kept carrying on conversation because right before we came on air, guess what we were talking about? Fishing.
Fishing, there you go.
But we've had, a lot of people, I don't know if they appreciate, they probably think you just go to work in the morning from 8 to 5 and that's your day, but a lot of times they don't realize your weekend responsibilities, and a lot of times that you get called out at all times, and when something happens,
the last couple of, the last 3 weekends, Winston, we've had accidents, and all our people, our law enforcement people particularly are working these accidents, and now we've got people working a bear incident where, we've got a couple of cubs over here at Tyndall. Hopefully they've disappeared, but there's always something. But we've had some bad accidents over the last few weekends where people on boats have kind of let the guard down.
Well, I'll get into those cubs now. You made up a good point. If they disappear, it's good, but if they keep coming back, then they're dependent on food and all. So. Yeah,
we're asking people. This is, of course, I think there's a story was in yesterday's paper about this, but it was somebody shot a bear over on Tyndall, and there's a couple of cubs. There's an investigation going forward. Let me just say that, and we expect to charge someone. But there's a couple of cubs in that Redfish Point housing area that we are asking people not to feed those cubs, because those cubs, if they become dependent on people, they will not forage and learn to make a living in the woods. And the sow should have showed them, by this point in their age, they would have been born this past January. By this point, they're about 25 pounds. The sow should have showed them the home range, and we're hoping that what they'll do is go and do their thing, and then hopefully we won't see them anymore. But if not, there's a plan to take them and get them to a rehabber. And give them a few months.
Well, that bear population of Tyndall is pretty healthy. I mean, there's a good population of bears over there.
Well, our population is growing across the state. In 8 areas that we have them, it's been estimated at around 3,000 animals. Now, that's an estimate that goes back to early 2000. We've got another bear survey coming up I think it's in 2014, and we're all interested to see what it will show, but we anticipate it'll be higher than the last survey.
Yeah. Okay, now last night, or not before last, alligator season is opening up now. We had talked a lot about it on the show, but I know some people are getting out there.
Yeah, and I was reading the other day, there's I think Mississippi's alligator season is either open or about to open. Alabama's season, I think, is already open. Florida and it seems like I read Georgia or South Carolina has a limited season. I forget, but anyway, so more states are actually allowing people to take advantage. And we've got one of the most liberal seasons. I'm not sure about Louisiana. I know they've got more alligators than we do, but we've got a very liberal season. It runs from August 15 all the way to November 1. You can hunt from 5 in the afternoon till 10 the next morning. Each person that gets a permit's allowed to take 2 alligators. You can you can get guides to go with you. You can have helpers on the boat. They each have to buy a $50 tag to go with you. The important thing is the person who draws the tag, though, has to be in the boat. They cannot give that tag away and then choose to stay home. They've got to be in the boat. But I don't know if you've ever seen how they do it, but they literally, they'll either, the old timers like to gig them. They'll use a gig and with a detachable head, but a lot of the people that are new to the sport today will use like a crossbow or a bow and arrow, and then they will they'll pull them up. There's a popular TV show on right now, or it's been on out of Louisiana, and it shows them shooting alligators, and I'm not criticizing them for doing that. That's the way they do it. However, we don't allow you to shoot them in Florida. You're not, and the reason is because our waterways typically can be deeper, and when those alligators, if you shoot them and they go to the bottom, you lose them. And most people aren't like that guy with the treble hook on that show in retrieving them.
Don't shoot them. Don't shoot them.
Don't shoot them a little.
All right, let's take a break. We'll be right back.
Panama City Beach is known as one of the top dive destinations in Florida. Divers Den offers daily dive charters that can accommodate up to 13 divers. Our boat captain is U.S. Coast Guard certified and a PADI dive instructor. We have trained professionals who offer a variety of scuba certifications. Come see us at our 2 locations on Thomas Drive and Tyndall Parkway.
When you're looking for sales, parts, and service for your outboard, all in one location, you're looking for BJ's Marine. You're authorized Tohatsu and Nissan dealer. BJ's Marine does it all. They have outboard parts and a service center and used motor sales too. Tohatsu, reliable, dependable, fuel efficient, and lightweight. Tohatsu Outboards, technology for the next generation. BJ's Marine, 1317 Transmitter Road since 1991.
AMW Trailers, Austin Machine Work, trailer repair of all kinds. Folks, you always need to check your wiring. This is a great place to get it done, right here. Trailers of all sizes. Folks, check out this all aluminum trailer. That's what they specialize in over here at AMW. You get one of these, you won't need to get another one. Going down in a big, blue, beautiful building in downtown Millville. Get you one of those new aluminum trailers and get yours fixed right here at AMW Trailers.
Blue Water Outriggers. Everything you need for outdoors. Whether you're fishing off the piers, surf fishing, or heading out to the Gulf, Blue Water Outriggers has what you need. Live bait, freshwater, saltwater tackle, rods and reels, clothing, marine supplies. Hottest brands, greatest prices, friendliest service. BWOfish.com. Shop online. Open 7 days a week, 30 miles east of Panama City. Blue Water Outriggers.
All right, welcome back. See, here with Stan Kirkland, having a good time. Always enjoyable having Stan here. You got so much information and all. And you know, we're talking about those boating accidents, and we really, that's something I go over my class every year about. And we document what happens and all.
Right.
And I know you have to go there firsthand and out there when Ken and all these people are out there. But
well, I don't personally go to a lot of the accidents. I do go to some, but the one thing that they do at Winston is they, of course, a boating accident is not like a car accident. That's obvious. Where on the highway you have skid marks, you have debris that you can see, and you can generally tell, you know, you can get a picture of what happened. Well, they have to do the same thing on the water. And a lot of time your physical evidence will disappear. So, and some people, you know, they're able to talk to you, to tell you things. They're lucid. Others, the witnesses, the people that are involved, it takes time because they're in the hospital. You know, they're being treated, or either they're with family, they're in shock. So it is it takes some very specialized training for people who do boating accident investigations, and my hat's off to them, because what they're faced with is basically taking something you can't see. In some cases, you can't see it, and trying to figure out what happened, looking at the damage to vessels, you know, whether it's the port or the starboard side, and based on what the witnesses, you know, say. And anyway, they have to develop a picture. And then if there's fatalities involved, then of course you have to wait until the medical examiner does their job, and you get the reports back from the medical examiner. And you know, if families are involved, they want the report sooner rather than later. But it really takes in some cases it'll take 8, 12 weeks. You know, the written portion can be done very quickly. It's all the pieces and the parts that have to come together. So these are things that they have to look at. But yeah, we've had some, like I say, we've had some serious accidents in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, and I know some over in Fort Walton Beach and all. Then we had a couple of fatalities, and one with lightning, then the boating accident.
Right.
Also, we had a young man that he said lost his leg. And
Winston, that was a young man from Oklahoma, and I don't know his status now. He has been in critical condition. He was on a personal watercraft, or I think may have been a Sea-Doo, and he was a long-distance runner from his high school in Oklahoma. His family was down vacationing, and he was near a place called Joe's boat ramp over in Destin, and he was cutting across the bay, and there was a 38-foot boat that was up on a plane, and he just basically, what it amounted to was he didn't see the boat, and the larger boat veered at the last minute. He apparently saw the boat at the last minute, but they collided, and he ended up losing the lower portion of his left leg. It was a horrible accident. Fortunately, the people, though, they kept their head in the boat. It was a man and his a young man and his wife, and had an infant daughter, but they were able to get a tourniquet around his leg. Good. And he was transported by helicopter to Sacred Heart. And then, of course, just a day or so later, we had the lightning strike over here. So that was a rough couple of days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, real quick, let's mention now, getting away from boats and water. Let's talk about our coyotes. We
have a bumper crop.
They're all over the place, aren't they?
They are. Somebody told me in the last couple of days about seeing them on the airport grounds. I'm not talking about the old airport. They see them roaming on the airport grounds, making a living. I saw one on the campus of Gulf Coast State College a couple of years ago. I know the campus administrators probably not proud to hear that, but I had to do a double take. But it was a coat. There's no question in my mind. It's what it was. It was standing trying to cross the road and get trying to leave the college and go back into some woods to the east. But you see them in town. My daughter saw one at the intersection of Highway 77 and Baldwin a couple of years ago. Was trying to cross 77. They're everywhere. They're now from Maine to the tip of Florida, and they're all over the country. And what you have to do is just, you've got to learn that they are a small animal predator. There are some times where, particularly if you've got an unfenced yard and you've got very small dogs like Chihuahuas or little small terriers, the teacup Chihuahuas, those kind of dogs. You want to be careful. You want to have a fenced yard. You don't want to allow those kind of small dogs because they're about the size of prey. And that's the kind of things that now we're starting to see in Florida. Coyote numbers are going to level out at some point. Yeah. They may have already leveled out. I don't know. But they will prey. Coyotes will prey on something that's very small. And we're having cats. People are upset over losing house cats, but if you allow your house cat to roam free outside, which all of us did. I grew up where our cats roam free, but when I grew up and when you grew up, we didn't have coyotes. That wasn't a concern, but now we're starting to see that people are losing them.
What amazed me about these, Stan, is their adaptability.
They are.
How they can adapt to wherever area they're in. It could be a neighborhood. It could be way out in a swamp or somewhere. And there used to be an old cartoon on Wile E. Coyote, and they're all wily. They're very smart and they're very wise as far as how to adapt.
I was at a conference not long ago, and the subject of coats came up, or it was part of the conference workshop, and there were several papers presented. And one of the things they talked about is coats. They had some transmitted coats in North Carolina, and some of these coats would wait in an acre of woods near a major bridge, and then they would wait until the traffic, late at night, until there was no traffic, and then they would cross a half a mile or a mile-long bridge, and then go to the other side. And the next transmission they would get from the coat is he had moved and he had crossed a body of water, but he wasn't swimming, and he wasn't taking a boat. He was crossing the bridge. In fact, one of these made a mistake and was run over, and they were able to recover their collar. Yeah. But in fact, some of them moved 160. One of them moved 160 miles. Just all of a sudden, he went due west, and it was a female, and established what they thought was a new home range. And so, you know, but it's fascinating.
That is fascinating. Odd that was a female that did that. Usually the male will run like that. Let's take our final break. We'll be right back.
On the water or under the water, success starts at C&G Sporting Goods. C&G specializes in fresh and saltwater fishing tackle, floundering supplies, spearfishing equipment, and much, much more. C&G also has licenses, maps, and expert advice on where to go. For over 59 years, C&G Sporting Goods has been the headquarters for the outdoors man. Fishing, hunting, camping, guns, and ammo. They've got it all. C&G, home of the experts, downtown Panama City.
When you have work to do, get it done with the powerhouse of engineering, reliability, and value that is Kubota. And right now, during our 40-year strong celebration, get 0 down and 0% APR for up to 60 months on new Kubota utility and ag tractors and tractor loader backhoes. Join the Kubota movement, 40 years strong, serving the American dream.
See and save on all Kubota tractors and equipment at Sowell Tractor today.
Bill Kramer needs to buy vehicles outright or take them in on trade. Our pre-owned business is great, and we need your vehicle this week to supplement our pre-owned inventory. Get a 15-minute no-obligation appraisal. We're buying Fords, Chevys, and Cadillacs. We're buying Toyotas, Nissans, BMWs, and more. You name it, we'll buy it. All years, all models. Nothing too old, nothing too new. Bill Kramer is buying them all, and we will not be outbid at Bill Kramer's Chevrolet, Cadillac, Buick, GMC.
Are you still waiting to do something with your IRA, 401k, annuities, or other investments?
My dad has an economics degree from Vanderbilt University, and he helped me with my homework. A lot of people call themselves financial planners, but my dad passed a board exam to be a certified financial planner. He's very easy to talk to, and he spends a lot of time with me.
To my existing clients, thank you for your friendship and loyalty through these uncertain times. And to everyone else, don't wait until it's too late. Call me today, and let's see if I can help.
All right, welcome back. Let's first of all, the first thing we want to do is go over Express Lane fishing game forecast for today. We only have one time today, one of the odd situations, and we're looking at the time from 11:55 to 1:55. Stan, you can take you a long lunch right there and just go down there by the dam, right down from the office, and you can fish either saltwater or freshwater. I'm sure your boss won't mind.
They would not. I'm sure they would not, but
okay, let's
I'll get you to write me a permission slip to do that.
I'll give you a pass now.
There you go.
I always give a lot of lunch passes. All right, good email here. And I'm glad Stan here. We want to talk about this. This is from Jerry Austin at Marina Drive, Panama City Beach. Hey, just wanted to send you a word of caution that with all the rain, snakes are on the move. A young lady from Atlanta was visiting friends in the Bayside area. She stepped on a large snake, was bitten, carried by ambulance to Gulf Coast Hospital Sunday, and ended up in ICU. Her leg was really swollen up, and it started turning black. And she has been in a terrible pain. And as of Tuesday and Wednesday, she's still in ICU. She's holding her own now, but would appreciate being remembered in your prayer. Just wanted to inform you, the viewers. Snake bites. Wow. We start seeing, this time of year. Stan, I was telling. We were talking about the other day when Ronnie Groom was here. He's seen all kind of snakes when he was bush hogging land. A lot of snakes are out now.
Yeah. But this is a time of year. In fact, a lot of snakes will eat, particularly rattlesnakes will eat a lot going into the winter months because they don't eat. They'll eat very little through the winter months. So you're apt to see them. I'm not sure, you know, scientifically, having rain, you can tie that to seeing a lot of snakes. But the emailer has a good point. You really need, the person writing the email has a good point. You need to watch where you put your feet. And under the Red Cross recommendations, or under the recommendations for snake bites, the thing you want to do is get to a hospital. They say within 2 hours, but most people are, you know, obviously aren't going to wait that long. If you're bitten on extremity, they say to elevate the extremity above the heart. Don't let anybody cut on it. You know, the old days, you know. In fact, I used to have one of the kits from Sears. Came with a razor blade, and they said more people were injured by letting a buddy who was all hyper cut on them with a razor blade, you know, thinking he's helping them when they may not have had a serious bite. So don't do anything. Don't put a constricting, don't put a tourniquet above any bite. Just get the person to medical care. In fact, our pilots, you know, recently flew anti-venom from Broward County. They flew it overnight to Pensacola to Sacred Heart Hospital, where a young man was bitten by a coral snake, and the closest anti-venom was in Miami. Wow. And so we had pilots that literally starting about 7 in the evening, one of them flew on to Miami, got it back to Ocala. The other one met him in Ocala and flew it from Ocala across the Gulf to Pensacola and relayed it. And I called to check on the young man. And of course, now with laws like they are, they wouldn't tell me anything other than he had recovered. So, good. But that was good.
A lot of times people don't realize all these things behind the scene that people do, like your agency, to help other people and all. And that's a good story.
Well, that was an extraordinary thing, and we don't, you know, don't do that all the time. But like I say, we got a call, and they needed help immediately, and thankfully we had people that were willing to step up and get it done.
Yeah. You know, we got a good friend of ours, both of ours, that's retiring in your agency. He's not in our viewing area, he's over in Gadsden County, but Lane Bentley.
Yes.
He's been with your agency for a long time. Good friend of mine. I've known him forever. And I saw him the other day at a funeral. He said he had 7 days left with your agency.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much work's going to be done in those last 7 days, but Lane's a great officer, and we're going to miss him. I've known Lane over the years, and I've had to call him about various things, always just very agreeable, good, you know, easy to get along with, and we're going to miss Lane.
And he works down in Liberty County. I saw him sometimes in Liberty County sometimes too, so he had that area there. So good job, Lane. Right. Proud of your service. Right. And got a few seconds left. What else is going on? Anything?
Well, we'll talk about coming up. We'll talk about terms of hunting. You need to go ahead if you're a hunter. If you particularly hunt out of an elevated stand, you need to be thinking about a harness. You need to be looking around at stores around here that sell harnesses. You can buy them online if you don't want to go in a store. But anyway.
All right. Thank y'all for watching. Thank you, Stan. Y'all do something good for somebody today, and God bless.
Thanks for joining us for Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors features hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.